All right. Let's go ahead and get started here. And let's make sure you guys can see my trades right there. I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. All right, so we got about a minute here before we open up. And let's see, what's our... There we go. All right, I really want to see Tesla do something today. It's down just a tad here. Let's take a look at it. Etsy's up a little here. Lulu up as well. Let's see what our Walmart's up just a tad. RBLX looking okay. SKLZ options aren't open yet. Sounds about right. All right, Tesla's starting to move a little bit here. Good deal. We're going above the accelerator. We are moving up from price. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my cost basis here. We're going to go ahead and just trim one. Okay, and you're going to see that come through right here, 30%, 31.58%. All right, there we go, 92% on skills, folks. Very nice, very nice. Let's go ahead and trim these as well if we can. I'm going to just put in one order to see where these babies will sell. Okay, so it's sold at 380. That's 70%. Very nice. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get just a little bit more for the next one. Let's try 4. Okay, that one's coming through at 81%. All right, so we're going to keep this next one on. I'm going to go ahead and raise my stops, though. And I'm going to put a stop in here about 320. And that's just to make sure I lock in and keep. Actually, what do we have? 15 days on this? I'm going to hold out just a little bit. Very nice day already. Very big move for us. Awesome. UNH. And let's see up here, Tesla still moving. All right, so on Tesla, I'd expect a little bit of resistance coming in at around 754. I'm going to go ahead and alert this. I'm going to bring this down right here. See if we can get there. All right, and I'm going to turn that music down a little bit. And let's come up here. Etsy looking good as well. Contracts are going for about $9.80. Lulu also looking good, guys. So from our original ad on Lulu, what I'm going to do is go ahead and try to get filled. This is going to be a profit. All right, it should pop up 19% on those trims on Lulu. All right, Tesla working very well. Let's see if we can hit this next level. This will be a level of a small rejection. And let's see, 85% still on SKLZ. Watch that closely. You don't want that last remainder coming back on us. Sean, I give you a shout out this morning. You and Gio. Gio had brought it to my attention. Thanks a lot, man. Yep, like that square too. Yep, yep. All right, SKLZ. Hey, Sean, did you follow me on our? Ooh, it looks like our RBLX is also moving. It's only 80 cents though. I had an alert. Oh, okay. The alert was breaking out over 71.92. The bigger move is going to happen here above 73 and some change. Etsy's looking great, guys. Question is, do I want to add here? I needed to get over these clouds. And because this is such a, well, this is not a longer trade. This is only about 14, 15 days. And what do you guys do so far on SKLZ? Any of you guys? Anything? So I see Shant said something. I know a lot more of you guys are in this than me. Rolling around in my money. There you go. 200 or so. Okay. Nice. Very nice. UNH might be trying to come back as well. That'd be a really nice kick to our profits today if we can get this to move there. It's down about $1. Never mind. I think the spreads are just messed up on it. There you go. And then everybody else is still asleep, right? Everybody's still asleep. I need my people in California to wake up. All right, let's go over here to Roku. And we'll get back over here on the alerts. Let's take a look at Square. I think I brought that up this morning, Shot, on the review. And it's looking pretty good. It's at the 9 EMA on the weekly. It's definitely consolidating. I almost want to do an iron condor here. All right, Microsoft's starting to go positive here for us, folks. All right, so Microsoft has just trimmed at 48%. Very nice trade. Good job, guys. All these winners. So we have this inside and down shot on the weekly. It's my only concern, man. I mean, I like it, but it's my only concern. I almost am tempted to sell spreads here, credit spreads to the upside. And if for some reason it starts to move, then I'll manage it. So let me just take a look from that perspective. So I'm going to come over here on SQ. And I don't think I'd get much money for it today, but let's just see. Sell the 255s. Implied vol is about 58%. Sell those and I don't know, buy back the 60s. I get a credit of 50 cents. And the risk is 450. That's a crappy risk to reward. So I'm not going to touch that. I'm just setting some stops on some of our remaining positions. And some sells. Nice, JD. Looks like I'm gonna have to put UNH in the penalty box. That would be my close positions. How much did we originally buy these SKLZs for? Let's see, 213, and they're still going for. We got some remainders here at 365. I'm gonna go ahead and put a stop on that. 213. I'll probably go about right there. We'll do that. Okay, so I have a stop on the remaining position on SKLZ, just so you know. It's not too tight though. Also, Microsoft at 84%, guys. Anybody in Microsoft with me on that? Very good. Nice. Hey, Sean, are you on the mic? He's. Let's see. Skills, Microsoft. So, okay. All right. So if you notice, folks, our bigger trades are up, and some of our smaller trades are not working out this week, anyways. So Lulu, very nice move so far. I just want to see if you want to jump on the mic just for a few minutes and talk about your skills trade, but also kind of what you were looking at on Square. Let's see here. TLT. We still have my TLT trade. I still have 148 days on this. Those are looking pretty good. And I'm gonna just let everybody know. Let's see, member chat. Oh, let's see. Why is this? There we go. Goodness gracious. Couldn't find my little thing there. And so on our alerts here, these are straight up with my brokerage account, so I don't have to do anything. But I like to update every once in a while, just kind of talk from a management position. Um, right, RBLX looking pretty good. Let's go back over here and take a look at that. Anybody else in that with me as well? I have a feeling anyone that may have kids probably followed me on that. Um, yeah, they were pretty expensive. So, and Tesla came right into that area and kind of pulled back there, folks. Let's come up here. All right, so you can see this. I don't even know how to say this name. I'm just gonna call it Robo. It pushed up into the trendy edge. We're waiting for a move. We really need a move over this high here. So I'm going to create an alert at or above the trendy edge. This is going to be a lot like SKLZ, where we're looking for a move or a good pop into 77. I went over that this morning. Uh, Not much data on it from a weekly standpoint, so really you need to look at this on a daily chart to get a better idea of what's going on. But definitely resistance, though, coming in around 75.80, and I should probably mark that on the chart here. So I'm going to go just right before that, 75.70. Just not getting the breakout in Etsy that I really want to see, unfortunately. Lulu is looking great. Another $2 to the upside. Nice trim there as well. Yeah, came right up into our first resistance point, guys. You can't get any closer than that. So this was a target I gave you at 331.85. That's why we went ahead and trimmed there. If we could break above that, then we're looking for 338, 346. Oh, roadblocks. Okay, gotcha. All right, 82% on Microsoft. SKLZ coming in a little bit at 54%. So about 50% off of where we sold. That's okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and scan now. See if we can find anything out there for a day trade. And today is Thursday, so not looking at any 0 DTEs. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my watch list really quick. And let's just take a look here. All right, ES futures down 11 points. We still have a hedge on for long term to the downside. And Apple's still down. Just trying to see how some of the FANG stocks are acting today. BABA was something that T79 had brought up. I'll take a look at that here in a second. That might be a nice trade. Coin still down. I took a spread in coin, uh, and a good reason why is the volatility is pretty crazy in that name. I'm not going to put money up on premium. I'm going to just hold out for that. So, Jennifer, let's see. What is it trading at? Let me see. 440, 440. Probably if we push right into another high, probably right into another high. So if we continue to push up a little bit, then I probably want to add on it this morning. Probably would have been a nice little add, but let's give it a little bit of time. Um, like I said on ES, it's all noise between those two levels. So if we don't break the downside or break the upside, I'm just not going to do anything on those ES levels that I gave this morning. And let's see here on RBLK. I might look to sell because I'm crazy like that. Let's see, where's it at? 72.30. AMC's running, guys. I just got an alert there. Nice little break on the daily. But it's coming right into a little bit of resistance here. But this is a ACDC that's trying to form here. We've done pretty well on AMC this year. Notice, look at this, guys. Can't get any better than this. Trendy edge. Look at this move off the trendy edge. Trying to get that AC/DC look. 1374 being that. I wonder if Game and AMC are going to come back alive soon. V. Let's take a look. Let's look. Yeah, I don't want to buy AMC right into this little pit here. Let's see. V. All right. So V, I gave an extension here, 231, 235. What strikes are you in? 230s. Gotcha. Let's see. I think you see 231, 232 this week. So I'm going to look down here. And I'm just going to fill it out for a minute. And go right here. And you guys can see here. We'll go for something small. See if we can get a move up to here. I'm going to create an alert at or above. And I'll kind of approach this like I did yesterday with SKLZ. I'm going to put on something small that expires tomorrow. All right, I just want to fill it out for a minute. Let's see if we can start moving a little bit. So,
Hey, John.
hey, what's up, Sean? How are you, man?
Doing well, man. How about yourself?
Good, good. Put a smile on your face. I don't feel like I could see your teeth right now.
It's the
Too,
West Coast.
y-
I don't think anybody smiles before
yeah.
7 o'clock.
That's right. That's right, man. Hey, great shout out yesterday. You and Gio. I know right when I started my morning, Gio had he said, "Hey, what do you think about SKLZ?" And we went over it. And then I think you had brought it up, and I looked, and I was like, "Holy cow, man! This thing's up $2 and some change." So, nice call though.
No, yeah, no problem. I mean, we can all look at stuff, but it's all about making sure we find the trade. And I think your weekly's paid out huge. Like, that was nuts.
Yeah, that was nice,
Um,
man.
yeah, my 20s, I took some profit on 1940, but I think the next play could be. Oh, am I too low? Let me see if I can up this. All right, is it any better for you guys?
I think it's probably because Jennifer might just be listening through. Okay, she can hear now.
Yeah, I think I was just my settings are a little bit low. Let me just mess with this a little bit. Tell me if it starts like crackling. But yeah, um, yeah, no, skills is a picture perfect play. Broke that downtrend, so we were able to really capitalize upon that burst up. I heard there was some news, something about short reports at around I think $15-14,
Mhm.
and seems like the appropriate time for a bottom to be put in. So
Mhm.
I still think it's got eyes. I mean, I think if I'm looking at the chart, it reclaimed the weekly edge.
Mhm.
So we might have to look at monthly levels, and I think the high was 40 or something. So um, I'm not too long term on it. I'm kind of your philosophy as always: see profit, take profit. Would rather just put just a little bit on and just see where it goes rather than try to just buy the top. But this is a decent pullback here at 18. So if you're considering going into the Mays or even something in the June option chain, I think that's something that could be pretty beneficial. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just looking all around. Your scanners have been giving me so many good names recently.
That's awesome, man. That's good to hear. That's why I try to tell everybody, man. We teach. Who knows how long that's going to take, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
different, so it might take a year. Might take some people three
And,
years,
and
right?
and you're gonna have to pay tuition too because you're gonna think that you know what you're doing, and if you over allocate, then that's tuition.
Right.
So, yeah,
100%.
it's a
So
process.
let's see. Lulu just hit my alert to the upside, guys. I'm gonna take
I
a
was just
look at
gonna
this
say
really quick.
profit looks
So,
good on that. Let's
so
see.
what I was gonna say really quick on SKLZ on the monthly, guys. What I would be shooting for, and I want you to think about this, if you guys can answer me really quick. What would you like to see? This thing's hammering, but what would you want to see here for a huge reversal in SKLZ on this monthly candle? What would be your what would you be looking for? A close above what? Right, exactly. So an inside and up, but in order for that to happen, we need price to move above 1910 or 1903, right, Danny? So right in there. So for
And
anybody
hold.
thinking, yeah, and hold. So this means by the end of April, if we can close above here, guys, then you're looking for, I'm going to go ahead and draw it out for you really quick, is this candle is going to come up in here, okay, like this. This is going to be a foundation for stop or add, and then you're going to see this thing come up like this. And I would at least be shooting for 50 to 61.8% between these two levels, right?
Mhm.
So, 26, 30, definitely possible, especially if this starts to close up. Okay.
John, quick question on
Yeah.
that skill. So, according to our yearly edges, we got the 22.5. That would be one of our profit taking points. And then any type of close above that yearly edge, I
Hmm.
think. Well, here's the funny thing: we've got a monthly edge that has a wider range than the yearly.
Hmm.
So, it looks as though if we get that yearly edge close at 22.50, we set ourselves up for the HCDC
That's right.
for that
That,
monthly.
that's
So
right.
that's what yeah. So I think looking at maybe if we see a close above that 1910, we can target the D cell at 25 for
Hmm.
something like a month out.
Right.
And then if we want to leg into something a little bit larger, could be going for the like a 30 or 35 just to take advantage of that, low delta.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. And that's the cool thing about having levels and understanding. Just looking at the ATR shot, it's $5.
Mm.
Okay, so we're
Oh
we're
man.
at 18, right? So you're looking at 23, 24, which puts us right at the D cell, right? That's a week. That's a week if things were to explode and continue in your favor. Okay, and then we're looking at 34. I really like this target, but I'm thinking anywhere from 45 to 60 days, and that's just buying some time, but also just because you're buying time, I don't want to sit in an investment type of trade, not for this name. So for me, it's really going to have to hold that trendy edge. And once I get up to just kind of talk this out, if I were to buy this level 45, 60 days out, it first is going to need to hold over this week. And then when we push up over here over 22.28, I would just bring that stop up,
Yeah.
and just try to follow this thing for the ACDC. And then we know once we get the ACDC, um, things start to accelerate very quickly,
Yeah.
typically. So 45, 60 days is stretching it. You don't need that much time. I always try to think, what is it going to look like from a weekly perspective? And if you look at the weekly, all right, let's just say this candle goes over the ME. It's a pretty good move inside. That's another week. Inside and up. Okay.
Yep.
Pull back, resistance, like this. Right? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. You know.
And I think that's where you don't get enough credit for your feel. Because a lot of times we can open up and we can see stocks up about 20%. And especially recently with the whole, GameStop short squeeze, AMC mania, people
Hmm.
have this notion that, oh, well, it's just FOMO inducing. Whereas a traditional move, once we've made that high, you know, high range or high end of that range in one day, we're usually going to see like what Jennifer said, it might be bumpy until then. So I think that inside candle that's really timing. You don't really want to be, you know, exuberant and buying the high, and if you are, just put less money into it.
That's right. That's right, man. And that really is, this as much as well as I do. That is the gift. Once you can find
Mm,
that and you are able
mm.
to really take in the allocation and be at peace with the trade, things become amazing. They really do. And from an outsider, a new trader who's just coming into Trendy or any other service out there, as soon as people see losses, they typically will judge, right? They're going
Of
to be like,
course.
oh, well, they lost on this or they lost on this. But what's incredible is paying attention to the allocation, right?
Yeah.
So we got some big trades going on right now. Those
Got
big,
Roblox, which is currently, if we get a hold above this level here, we
oh
got the
yeah,
high day like RJR said, but we have a hold. I mean, we got eyes for the ME, which is about another $4, and the
oh yeah,
weekly edge, which is another what, $10.
right,
So,
right.
you know, for all those trades that everyone wants to lambast and be like, oh, you lost, etc.
Hmm.
Well, look at the trades that are not only winning, but the runners that are just going huge.
Oh yeah,
And but that's allocation.
right, exactly. So, so really quick, I was stopped on my skills. I had to stop down there at 265 on the remainder. And then from here, guys, what Shot and I were just talking about on a longer term, now that I've locked profits, I got nothing to be concerned about. Um,
Mhm.
Now I start thinking, okay, shake those people out who are buying the top, come
Mhm.
back into a level, and then let's start looking for that bigger trade, um, a little bit later. So, but real quick, Lulu is at 70%, folks. 70%. So
Yeah,
please,
I've closed my position. Yeah, that's a fantastic trade, John.
yeah,
Fantastic
yeah.
trade. Yeah.
So we are going to, it's the ask is 380. Well, 380 is the bid, and you might get 420. So smoke them up,
got gotta
right?
put it in there.
Well, I thought it was funny today when I heard about Amazon, that the upgrade was like 4220 or something like that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say news was they're gonna start delivering weed.
Yeah,
Jeez,
well, you never know.
that might
Maybe,
get in there.
maybe,
Yeah,
maybe in Colorado.
yeah, no kidding.
All right, so Lulu looks pretty good. Let's look at that whatever it's called. See, I can't say it. Roblox.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
The daily looks fantastic, and look at the confluence with the weekly edge and the EMA.
Mm, yeah, and it keeps hitting uh, the the EMAs there. So I was trying to
Hmm.
see, what our prices are going to look like once we get there. So let me put another one on here just to look. So let's say that we want to sell some more of these. I don't know, up here towards the 82 level. This is probably, I'd say about 1425 maybe. Let's see. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, close to about 1400 for those. So we just need a break of this cloud, guys. Just need a
Yeah.
break of that cloud. And then this guy right here, you could probably sell for more like 1050 or 1100 for the ME. So we'll see if we can get that break. And then
Um,
and then Etsy, are you on Etsy or no?
I am in Etsy for this is the oh this is the weekly that one's a dead one. But
Mm, mm, okay.
did you put on a longer term one, John?
Yeah, I got a long term on, so these are a bit more expensive. These are 7 May, and I have the 220s,
220.
and
So
they're up
no,
right now
that's
just a
much
little
more.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's much more feasible. Um, John, I've been looking at Square. I think we got that nice inside candle. Well, was it exactly an inside candle? No, but it respected the cloud yesterday
Hmm.
on the daily. Today would need a close above 248 to still continue the conditions I'm looking for, but I'm shooting for a claim above that monthly edge. And I think once we see that, I think the EMAs are going to take this and just shoot it right up.
Hmm.
So 252 would be my trigger because I see a lot of topping wicks
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So if we can get a nice close above that, I really, really think that we could see Square going up to 260. Or of course, we got the weekly edge 257. Um, but get right back into that inside and down at around that 258, 260 level. So
Yeah, and so this actually, just to show you guys really quick, as I was saying earlier, the inside and down is my only concern around 255, but you have the support here, right?
mhm.
So the risk to reward right now is not that bad. As long as price holds above the 9, I'd like it to the upside. What you can see in this shot is a possible rounding formation that could be coming. The question is it 3 weeks down? So let me draw this
Yeah,
out for you. It'd be something like
yeah,
this. okay, maybe to the
Yeah.
accelerator right here,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
this 22 would come up, and then we go inside, okay, and then
Yep.
now we start to see a rounding bottom,
Exactly. Yep.
boom, right? So
Yeah.
the question is, if you buy here, do you kind of start the position and add if we come back to that accelerator?
So so the emphasis is start. And what I've caught myself doing is I'd identify a range of consolidation, like you said, around and bottom. But of course, it's about how much theta is going to decay you. So I actually don't have an issue once we claim above that 252,
Hmm.
waiting to do that because it seems as though that will almost more or less confirm that rounding bottom formation. And like you said, as we keep knocking on that door, chances are you're going to break through. But yeah, I think it
Right,
wouldn't hurt to just throw a contract or two into something, maybe like a 260.
right, right. I just closed Lulu for 50%.
Oof. There you go,
I,
John.
I could have got a lot more, but I'm gonna be careful around that target, and I don't want to get into the habit of becoming an investor. And that's something that has
Yeah.
kind of happened in 2021, right? Is we
Mhm.
all keep talking about, oh, well, we're going to hold this and we're going to do this. And I tell
Your
you what,
brother was killing it. I mean, he
yeah,
with those in the monies. I mean, just
yeah, he's killing it
yeah.
right now. So
Nice.
he bought a bunch of Amazon out of the money and
Very nice.
rode this last couple weeks up. So he has some freebies, which is a big deal when you got freebies in
Yeah.
Amazon. He's got some freebies going into earnings this into next week, and he actually bought
Yeah.
about a month out.
I mean, that just helps with your psyche and mental. You're just like, well, who cares?
Yeah,
It's free.
that's right. So on Square though, I mean,
It's
th-
just a range of consolidation until we get above that weekly edge, to be
that's
honest. But
yeah, yeah.
I'm looking for above the daily edge so I can get to that weekly edge. That's what I'm really looking for, that 252. But
And you
I
know what
still
I'm
think
thinking,
that's
Sean?
five. Huh.
Is you get your extensions, man. This is a very strong stock. Uh,
Oh yeah.
so I don't even want to concentrate in here. You
No.
know, uh, my idea is who cares if it comes down? Look at the support at the yearly edge. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all I care about, big picture, man. 217 holds. I'm looking for 300, 320, 350. So I'm more interested in buying strikes out here for an all-time high
Yeah.
break. That way,
Yeah.
right?
That's more of that investor vision though. So I think I got to start adopting that because, sometimes we get too caught up in the intraday.
Hmm.
Try to catch that move when it happens. So I agree with you. That 217 is so strong.
So
We're gonna, uh,
let's see here. Earnings is 5.6. You know,
mhm.
um, rounding bottom. Maybe towards the all-time high. Good earnings, break of all-time high. 315. So I do this a lot
Yeah.
on Baba's earnings, especially
Yeah.
in a consolidation. So I'm buying out, and then I'm thinking, okay, well, let's look at really quick on Square.
It's funny, Omer. PayPal has a very similar look to Square. Very similar look.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm sure the analysis will be pretty pretty close.
So what's the ATR on this? 28, $30, man.
Yeah, dude.
So in my opinion, these are underpriced big time
Mm,
for
yeah.
for a breakout into the 300 level.
Yeah.
Into earnings 213 by 231. It's a
Yeah.
delta 14. I mean, this is the type of trade when we say what is your number, what is your risk. If mine's 2,000, but I like this
Yeah.
setup and I can get,
Mm,
200, 300, 500, 700% return.
yeah.
This thing cost me
Don't.
two
Yeah.
bucks. Like just leave it alone. Let it do its thing. So,
And that's your understanding of like when something's cheap,
mhm.
you know?
Mhm. And again, cheap, cheap. There's a lot of perspective behind that, right? It's like
Yeah.
what's big and what's small, right? Everybody
Yeah.
has their own definition. For me,
Yeah.
under I really like to manage trades that are over more or less like 350, 4, 5, 8, 9. Those are big trades, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
These guys under 200, they're feelers. It's like I like the setup. I like a break of all-time high. This is going for $2. Why wouldn't I? And I'm okay with it. So, all right, let's look at that AMC just really quick, and I'll probably go back to that square actually, Sean. Now that
Omer
we're,
says he's got to leave real quick, so
oh
he
yeah,
just wanted to check out PayPal.
sure. Let's see. Let's do. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna just start because you talked me into it. It's all Sean's fault.
I know, my bad.
In action. There we go. All right, so it just came through 229. I'm gonna start there, see what happens. Let's look at PayPal really quick. Yeah, same exact look here, man.
Right, same looking thing.
Yeah, the only difference is that it didn't come back and touch the 9 on the weekly. Not a big deal. Um, it's definitely a neutral candle. That's kind of how we all feel about the market right now. You have a big inside and down. Beautiful support off the yearly edge. Rounding bottom. And same thing. I mean, I would be thinking bigger picture, cheaper. That's just me. And try not to get too worked up about this consolidation around the cloud. So whenever I gave this, well, you can see we broke above the ME. We pushed about $6, pulled back. And the question is, why did we pull back? Well, if you just take your eyes and go left, you're going to see this wick. We're going to draw a line here. Price came into that wick. That's your U shape. So somewhat of a cup and handle formation, rounding, and then boom, right? And then we're going to pull back here. Earnings. This one is a lot sooner, I believe. May 5th. I love May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, baby. All right, and then what I'm looking for here is most likely you just kind of going to pop a little bit, maybe come towards 284 before earnings, maybe come into 254. Iron condors, guys, around 254 and 284 are nice because you can manage them if you have that ability, and if they start working in your favor, you just cut the short side. It's that simple, you know. So yeah, it looks the same. Definitely looks the same. So it's a little bit out of character, right? So even on this square in this PayPal is I'm buying underneath that edge. But from a weekly perspective, like you pointed out, Sean, we're above the cloud. And at the end of the day, we want to be in trades above the cloud opposed to under the cloud in many cases, unless we're coming into a monthly zone, edge, so forth. So, all right, so I'm going to put that in long term. And let's see here. Etsy's up just a little bit. RBLX is up at 850. Um, and where are we at on our ES is coming back in. Let's go ahead and look at ES. We want to understand what's going on with the more broad picture. I think that's important. And you can see we're just kind of hanging out, the line in the sand. Here's the thing that I really want you to take home today is this. If we are forecasting an inside week, then and thanks GS for that square earnings, man. So if we are forecasting an inside week, you need to understand that the equity market or stocks, in my opinion, it's about picking the right stocks, but the market itself is kind of locked, right? So if you weren't coming into the morning and making gains, right? Then is it too late for you? Not necessarily, but the fact that we're going to stay inside here is what I'm forecasting. Therefore, why would I get too exuberant, right? We have to be smart. You have to trim, let your winners run, as they say. That's always difficult. But let's That's what we're trying to do. So V trying to come back. Microsoft flat. And let's see here. Walmart flat. RBLX is moving quite nicely here. Depending on how many positions you guys have, I have a friend who, he always taught me because I didn't understand the value that he was talking about. But for example, he would say things like, "Hey, John, right? This is my friend over here. He didn't have any hair, so we'll just give him like a little curly Q right there. Right? He might have had one piece of hair, and he would say, I bought an option from Tesla for $8, and I'm like, man, that's awesome. And I would say to him, well, how much did you make? You know, and he's like, well, I sold at 9. And at first, I was like, wow, that's not much. That's $100, right? And he said, no, John. I took the trade, I used the process, and I bought 50 contracts. That's 50 times 100. So just remember, everybody's different, right? So if you're holding one contract versus 50 contracts, this is why Trendy Trading, we concentrate on percentage. I do not give a crap how much money somebody makes. What I care about is the percentage. Is your percentage happy? Are you making 30%? That's a good return. But not to somebody that buys a 50-cent option and it goes to 80 cents. It's $30, right? Everybody's different. Everybody's different. So please, please always take that in mind. You can't judge a book by its cover. A percentage gain, in my eyes, is a win. So as I always tell people, if you were to come over here and look at the gains, right? 72%, 80%, 30%. They may not look huge. The problem is a lot of traders come into the option market and they get steered in the wrong direction. They want to make 500 and 1,000% every time they take a trade. But if you trade a process and you're convicted on it, the percentage is what is important. But at some point, you need to find out how much money you're actually comfortable with. And that's what separates us, all of us. If you don't have that down, you're going to be a horrible trader. You just are. You're never going to have a plan. You won't know where to get out. You don't know. And I say that from a good point. I've had friends who are up tons of money in something, and they get so euphoric, they have no idea where they're getting out. It's like, hey, where are you getting out? I don't know. I'm just going to keep making money. Next day, stock drops. Sorry. So make sure you have a plan. Um, be smart. All right. So far is getting quiet. It's about that time. It's almost an hour here. We're pretty much done uh, for the day. Came in very strong. Got some long-term positions on. We're just gonna hang out. I got these two alerts going, folks. And these two alerts, remember what I said this morning. These are noise. Please enjoy your day. Set your stops and alerts and targets. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. Uh, and that's all I have to say for right now.
Thank you for your guidance, John. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. And if you come up with an awesome trade, don't be afraid to give us a trendy trade plan. All of
Of
you,
course.
all of you. That's what it's all about. Just teamwork. That's what I love, right? We're all using the same methodology.
Yeah.
Most of us. And even if you're not, we can still look at a chart and go, okay, well, it's definitely trendy. So let's try to trade that.
Yeah. And I'll make sure to post what my position is too. I don't want to. I think it's easy to say this could happen,
Hmm.
but when you put money behind it, you really got to be committed. So
Right.
I'll do that. So
Awesome, man. Well, thanks again, Sean. Everybody say thanks to Sean, and thanks for your skills trade, man. Appreciate you.
no
And
worries, guys.
all
Hope you
right,
guys made some good money. Take
good deal.
care.
All right, bye bye.